Hi, Maria with the Amateur Crafter here. So tonight I'm going to get the Worry Worm poem and create it in Design Space. I am going to do a print then cut and then also write with the pen. And do the cut. So quite a few steps. I might do some vinyl color. I haven't decided yet. I'm thinking about that. But anyways, you'll get to see the whole process start to finish. So this is probably going to be a long video. Warning ahead of time. Sorry about that. Oh, one thing I do want to say. I found out people are using my name as well on YouTube. I am flattered. There are more amateur crafters out there. So good luck to the other amateur crafters. I hope this works well for you. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out a poem, because the plain Worry Worm poem, actually, let me just bring it up because it's fine, but I don't roll with fine. So there, let me just show you. So I figured in Gemini, I would go ahead and pick up a new one, but let's pull up the really first one. Worry Worm poem. Oh, you can see I pulled it up already. And sorry, my internet's going to be really slow because I'm recording and doing all of the things on my computer right now. I'm your little worry worm. Keep me near and tight. Near and squeeze me tight. Tell me your worries and everything will be all right. Oh, this one might be better. You know what? Maybe I should just look at the images and scroll through them. Ooh, there's a lot of them. What is this one? When your worries become too severe, pull me out and draw me near. I will be there, have no fear. Your worry worm will bring you cheer. Okay, I actually like that one better than the other ones. What does this one say? Your little worry worm, I am. Take your worries away is my plan. It doesn't matter how big or small, I will take away them all. Hold me tight and whisper in your ear, and there will be nothing left to fear. I don't know. So I'm going to just click on this one to make it big so that I know that that's the one that I liked. I don't know. Anyways, so let me enter the prompt. Worry Worm poem, rhyme, take away your worries. Let's see what comes up with. Oh, wow, that's really long. Worrying day and night, you twist and turn and fret and fear. So close. So my prompt was the worry worm is worrying as an adjective, not that the worm takes away your worries. Worm takes away worries, poem, and rhymes. Because it's cute when it rhymes. I don't know. About the world that passed him by. Oh, I kind of like this last stanza. So with a smile, he did decide to leave his worries far aside. He learned to live day by day and let his worries simply fray. I actually, and with the crochet, I really like that idea. And that's something that I like, because it's like an action that you can take and decide that you're going to be. Oh, anyways, I did decide to do this in Cricut Design Space because of all of those different methods that I'm going to use. And the Juliet isn't great at writing yet, or maybe I haven't figured out how to make it to writing yet. That could be the case. So Sorry, Caesar, not this time. Let's do that. I wonder what rhymes with breath besides death. But then one day a thought did creep, perhaps my worries are too deep. Take a breath. Words that rhyme with breath. Let's Google that. Oh, Design Space is starting on my other monitor, so that doesn't help you, but I did want to bring it up and open for you. Let's see if it needs any updates. Breath, death, breath, heth, leth, meth. Speth, 2 syllables. See there, they're all with death. We could do Macbeth and do something about that. I don't know, maybe. Still thinking, I don't know. Okay, let's see if Cricut's Design Space is open. Now, it's gonna take a few minutes. Oh, go shop Cricut sale. Okay, so we wanna do a new project, and I decided last night that my size of my card was gonna be 4 inches by 4 inches. So I'm gonna do a template for that size. I think I clicked new project, did I not? I must have, and it's just being slow. No problem. What's another word to creep deep? How about looked inside? He closed his eyes and looked inside. Near rhymes for inside. And tried. So we could do something with tried or pride. That gives us lots more choices. I like that better. Okay, so let's I think I'm gonna just bring up a notepad and start sketching this out a little bit better how I want it. Because, you know, that's how it goes. I am recording, yes. Oops. I have a few things open. I will not show you those because that's probably not helpful to you. Oops. I just closed Notepad. That's funny. I could use Word or whatever as well, but it's all good. Notepad works just fine. So I think I copied that. Let's see if it's in there. Okay. A little worm, so full of fear, decided today to turn over a new leaf, to turn over a new year. Let's do rhyme zone words with fear. Pair, score, lair, dare. We want to do exact rhymes. Find rhymes. Find, scar, swear. See, all of those are fear. How about near? Beer, bear, bear, deer, deer. Cheer. So decided it was time for cheer. Was time for cheer. So with a smile, we did decide again. Day. Let his worries simply stay. A little worm so full of fear decided it was time for cheer. He learned to live day by day and let his worries simply stay. And we'll just put it, hope this worm can bring you cheer. And then it's crochet acts of kindness. And I'm in New Mexico, so I'm doing the New Mexico specific one. And I'm gonna put in their QR code so they can post. So we'll do share your find. It's gonna take forever to write all of these. It will be fun, but that's okay. Oh, let's change this. A little worm to take away your fear. Together we learn to live. Together, day by day, we learn to live. I hope this worm can bring you cheer, a little worm to take away your fear. Together, day by day, we learn to live. Worry-free and at peace. And let's find what rhymes with live. Give. I like give. At peace. Together, day by day, we learn to live worry-free, at peace, and heart to give. Okay, I like that much better. That makes me feel better. So, yeah, it's just me. I have to feel right about something in order to... I hope this worm can bring you cheer, a little worm to take away your fear. A little worm. I don't like that line anymore. Thanks, Gemini. I'm going to change your whole poem. Cheer. Let's find out other words that rhyme with cheer. Oh, we did. Beer. No, that's not going to work. Gear, peer, weir, jeer, tier. Top tier? You could do a top tier. Little worm. Oh, my husband wants to talk to me. I'm going to mute you for a second. Sorry. Okay, sorry about that. We finally got some good news about something. Okay, so now I have to tell you the story. Our house is old. It's probably about 50 years old now, because it was in the 1890s, 1889, something like that was when it was built. Oh, so maybe not 150 years. Our house is old. Anyways, the fence is due for replacement. No, the fence is not original. But every time the wind blows, and we have some really gusty winds here in northwest New Mexico.
132 years old.
132 years old is how old our house is. And so the gusty winds, you guys want to see my face for this because it's just funny. So these really, eventually my camera will turn on. Sorry about that. So the gusty winds, they are so gusty that it's literally blown over our fence in 3 different sections over the past 3 or 4 years. It's that bad. And we just haven't been able to afford to replace it. But so we figured out a way to afford that this year, thankfully. But it's a big fence. It's going to cost $12,000, $11,000. And anyway, so we just got some good news that we're going to be able to make that happen this year. Finally. It's hilarious. I'm serious. The fence is propped up with sticks of wood and T-posts and what? It's propped up with thoughts and prayers, he says. We hope that there's not a big windstorm. Anyways, okay, so we get a new fence, but it still won't be in for like 2 or 3 months. So, yeah, hopefully before winter. Okay, back to what we were working on. Oh, little worm. Not even top tier. Top tier. Together day by day, we learn to live worry-free, at peace, and heart to give. I really like these last 2 lines. Can bring you cheer, a little worm. Maybe not top tier. Spear. A little worm to brighten your spear. Together day by day, we learn to live worry-free, at peace, and heart to give. Okay, I like that. That makes me feel even better. Step by step, we get there. Okay, so I'm just going to close my browser and then hop into Design Space that's finally open. Oh, I shouldn't have closed my browser. I need to go get the QR code. Darn it. So let's get in here and go into design space. I'll make it big so that you can see it. Hey, I have a notification. Let's see what it says. Yay! Some people are following me, and oh, there's a new version of Design Space. I should have clicked that to open it. Thank you for following me, Tracy. Hope you found me here on YouTube too. And sorry, Tracy, if I just shared your love. That probably, I should have probably been more conscious of sharing your info that way. Okay, and we're going to change this to writing. So that's up here in the style. We're going to go to writing. And we're going to go to shapes. And 4 inches by 4 inches is my template. Actually, this is fine. Because we can change the shape to a, up here, instead of a basic cut, we are going to change it as to a guide. And we're going to call him 4 inches by 4 inches. I guess I didn't need to do that. I wonder, can I change the guide? I can't change the guides. And instead of to brighten your sphere, brightens your sphere. Little worm. I guess I don't need to do it that way. Brightens your sphere. I hope I spelled that right. Nope, I like it better with to brighten your sphere. It's not a sentence. I'm sorry, all my friends that are grammar people. I can make this not a sentence by putting like a comma there. Brighten your spirit together day by day. We learn to live worry-free, at peace, and a heart to give. Okay, that's a little bit better of a sentence. So we're going to copy that. And, oh, we're going to make the font size like 12 or something. Oh, would help if I like highlighted it and selected it all. There we go. So 12 is obviously too small here. And let me just pull all of this down so that we can see it a little bit better. And I'm going to send the guide to the back. Oop, I didn't mean to duplicate it. So that I'll stop grabbing it. I need to make it centered. It is centered. So let's go ahead and just make this as big as I can. As far as fonts, I actually am pressing Control A, and that's why it's selecting everything on the page. So I'm just gonna, well, I was gonna arrow it up, but I think it's gonna take too long. So let me start with 36, and then that's obviously way too big. Let me go down to 24. So that's a little bit too big. And let's drag him over a little bit. That's closer. Gosh, maybe I didn't have to go much further than, I do want to leave a little bit of an edge, so a border essentially, and I can center this all up later. How about a small trinket? Token to brighten your sphere. Yeah, I like that. And how about we'll learn to live? With hearts to give. There. See, small word changes make a big difference. Anyways, all of that is like so unimportant. Let me close this. You know what? I'm going to copy both of those and put them in here in text. And then I am going to, I wonder if I can break these into lines. I know I can with ungroup to lines. Yep, good deal. And I want to put a picture of a worm in here, which I think I'll do print then cut. So let's go see what Design Space has for print then cut. Worm. Print then cut. Well, I'm not going to do print then cut. I can actually do a print then cut down here, but let's just see what they've got. Oh, this guy's got a little hat on, and he is print and cut. I'm an Access member, so I get him for free. I like the little graduation cap because my worm is learning. You know, I did call it this the amateur crafter because it is about learning and growth and continual improvement, all of those things. And so I think for me, this just speaks to me. So that's my worry worm. Let's go find him again. And he's a print by cut image, print then cut image by detail. Oh, this is fun. Look at the nerdy guy, he's cute too. Okay, so I added it to the canvas and then I'm just gonna close this window to get back to my canvas. And I can make him go down in this corner. Something like that. And then move all of these guys around. I could actually do this on the other side of the page too. That might be a little bit hard though. Whoa, way too big. I'm gonna have to make this into 2 lines. I don't know why I'm so excited to do this. Because I'm a nerd? I don't know. Yeah, because I'm a nerd. You know what? I could have send him to the back and have the words go on top of him. Let's see. Oops, I don't want him to go to the very back. I want the guide to go to the very back. Just another way to move your layers is really quick. You can just drag and drop them on the right side. So I'm gonna bring the cute worm up above the guide, the square guide. It took me a minute to get it in the right order. I wonder if I can rotate. Well, I know I can rotate him. Let's go ahead and do that. So I'm just gonna hover over until I get that. There, make him a little bit more cornery. Because cornery apparently is a word in my dictionary. I don't know. Crochet Acts of Kindness, New Mexico. And we're gonna, I think that's good. And, okay, so let's grab these two and I'm gonna center those together. So I'm highlighting, you can see which two I've highlighted is the worry worm and this guide. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do an align center horizontally so that they line up together. It probably, obviously I eyeballed it pretty close, but that's okay. And you know what, I think I want to bump this up just a little bit. I just am using my arrow keys on my keyboard so that that worry-free can be seen a little bit better on from his hat. And you know what? I don't have to spell out New Mexico. Everybody knows here what New Mexico is. I could just do Crochet Acts of Kindness NM. That's actually a good idea. Let me do that, and I probably will like it better too. Miss NM. And you know what? I know. And you know what? And you know what? And you know what? That's funny. Yes, that's me. That's how I roll. And I want to move him over a little bit this way. Again, just my arrow keys on my keyboard to make those fine movements. I'm going to move this guy here. I'm going to fit him right in there. And I did put an exclamation point at the end. So now here's always the hard part, when to break it up. Share your find with us or share your find with us. Well, it would help if I press the enter key. So let's go ahead and I'm clicking off of that to get back to the arrows, and then I'm just gonna push this back in here and then size it up and put it in here. And then I think the QR code will fit right here. I'm going to test the QR code. I hope it's big enough that it will work. So I'll print and cut one of these just to see. So let me open the browser again, which is going to take forever to open. Sorry, my dogs are playing under my feet. They just do not want to get away from me when I get home from work. We don't need to see that one, and we don't need to see that one. And we want to go to Facebook. So the purpose is just to leave these things around town. So I'm just really excited about that. Oh wow, my friend had a beautiful picture there. Okay, and if I go to share, I should be able to download the QR code. No, it's under the page details. Maybe under here? Nope, that's related groups. I don't want related groups. About, that's what I meant to go to. Okay, I do not see that. See how they have the little QR code there? Videos, albums. Maybe it's in files. It is not in files. Well, I know it's here somewhere, and now I'm embarrassed that I can't find it, because I should know these things. Oh, I should put a free sign on mine too. But, well, I don't know. Maybe people see that. This is to see all members. Created a year ago. Is it under here, the three dots? Pin group, share. Those are the people I want to share it with, but I want to share a QR code. There it is. I knew I saw it. Download the code. Yay! And hopefully it's a PNG file. It's a JPEG, that'll work. I knew it was in there somewhere. I'm embarrassed that it took me that long. So let's go ahead and insert or upload the file. So we're gonna upload eventually. And it's in my downloads. And it's this really ugly name, but we can rename it later and it won't have to worry about it. Continue, not make. We do want all of the white areas. Not that this is a cut file or that it matters, but we want all of the white. Oops, I wanted to do the magic erase. Sorry. All of the white to be this checkerboard background because that means it's see-through, basically, is what it's going to be, which makes it better for what we need to do. I guess I could have just clicked the remove background button. Okay, apply and continue. And now it should give us the name. This should be a flat graphic because that's what it is. It's only a one color. And it's print then cut. Okay, image name. It default gives us the file name, but we're not going to do that. Crochet acts of kindness and Facebook. I better go double check all of my typing. So I did the upload. Let's see if it automatically brought it into. It did. Cool. So Design Space keeps on getting better and better. So maybe we'll do your share your find with us here and then the QR code. Actually, I don't need the crochet acts of kindness on it because they'll know what it is when they go to the Facebook page. Yeah. Except for then I don't love how this is laid out because all of the graphics are at the bottom of the page and that kind of bugs me. So let's put this. Let's make this bigger and we'll double it up. Okay, so I'm just doing a backspace and an enter. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I like that. Let's make this smaller. So now I'm gonna rearrange how I have find and end to get to the end of the line, put a space and delete to put the find. Nope, not the extra line, not that it matters. Oh, I added an extra, delete is what I'm trying to do. And Let's see if I can make this bigger. Because that's a really small QR code. Okay. So I'm going to print a test one out on test paper. Oh, I need a shape that I can cut this to. So this is a print then cut. So I should change this 4x4 to a shape or to a cut. So it's going to be a cut. From a guide. You can squish for me. Then I have to attach all of these components to this cut piece of paper, essentially, so that it knows where to put them in the right spot. So it will print the worm and the QR code, and then it will write with the pen the actual words. So let's click cut. I thought I did. I obviously didn't. Oh, why isn't it not? Oh, because I need to go down to basic. We want the color to be just white. So essentially it's just white paper. But I'm going to do that on. Okay, so let's go ahead and save this. I should have saved it a long time ago. I'm going to call it Worry Worm. And I'm just not going to put it in the thing. And you know what? It's going to bug me. I want can on the next line. So let me fix that. There we go. Just a small thing that bugs me that will make me feel a little bit better. This whole box needs to be scooted over a little bit, so I'm gonna click off again so that it goes back to select the box, and I'm gonna scoot it over a little bit, and I'm gonna make share your find with us just a little bit bigger. But people know what to do with QR codes, so maybe I don't need to put share your find with us. Most people know what to do with QR codes. Yeah, let's just do the QR code. So let's see if we can have fun with this design in a way with the QR code and the worm that we could, let's see what we can do. Let's just see what we can do. And you know what? I could even cut the worm off at the edge of the page a little bit. Cut his eyeballs and his hat off. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. And then we're gonna change this up a whole bunch. So we're going to have to probably get this to go to lines. So what font size I'm at right? I'm at 21. I'm going to make this all 24 just to keep it consistent. In fact, I might be able, well, maybe not. No, let's just leave it at 24. I was hoping that I could fit, well, I can make all of the font size. I want to, you know, I don't want to change the size of the words throughout the poem. So I guess I can make it small enough so that all of it fits on that first line, fits on the word, or on the first line fits on the whole across the page. There, I finally got it out. Okay. And we'll just add a few extra spaces on this last line to move this last line over a little bit to go with his hat. I wanted to put his the QR code there. I should have just done that and then made the worry worm. Yep, I should have just done that and then changed the words appropriately. So now that I'm like that, whoops, let's just go back to the words, make them as big as I want them, and then put in the spaces where I need them. We'll get this. Might take a few times, but that's what happens when you design. So we're going to change this line to left. I wonder if I can do each line separately. Nope, it's the whole thing. So that's 24. It's just a little bit too big. I'm going to go take it down to 22. Give it just a little bit of breathing space. Okay. And then we're going to delete this one, put this one here, and then we're going to put a whole bunch of spaces in here for brighten. I could separate this into 2 blocks right now. It's thinking, I made it think. Sometimes when you do a lot of writing, it gets confused and then it gets slow. So that's just what we saw there. And you know what? Now I don't like this, so I'm going to make this just a little bit bigger so that I can only fit the word brighten on this line, which is kind of weird, but it'll be okay. And I'm going to have to wait for the computer to catch up with me to see how many spaces I did. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think is about how many I need to go back. Yeah, good job, Maria. Okay, and then this is a new line. And we'll do some spaces over there. I wonder if I can do a tab. I don't know if tab works in Design Space. Does not appear to. I was hoping. Okay, and we'll let it catch up again. Slowly and but surely. I wanted to scroll up all the way so that I can turn off the grid and maybe make this a little bit. Okay, I'm going to press the home button to go to the front of the line. So that it moves faster. Okay. Let's see how close we are, how far we are. Oh, I like that. Oh, good, perfect. Now together day by day. Just to let you know, I am counting in my head how many spaces I did on the previous line, so I can kind of get around the right same number of spaces on the next line down, so I can get the alignment about right or about the same. Now I just have to wait for Design Space to catch up with me. And obviously it overshot it on that one, so let's go back 2 or 3 spaces. And I know when Design Space is caught up because my cursor will start blinking, which it just did. And I think we better, oh, that's so close to the edge. So I'm gonna scoot this in 1 more space, just so that I can put, we'll learn to live on the next line. It probably would have been faster at this point to break this into 2 groups and then have this one like center or something. Okay. Waiting for Design Space. This is my Waiting for Design Space song. Delete those spaces. And then I'm actually, do you know what? Even better, we can copy and paste the number of spaces. Duh. And let's move this one back a little bit with heart to give. I wonder if I should do, I think I'm gonna have to put with there and then put heart and then to give on the bottom line. Let's just do that. So we're gonna copy this space. We're gonna put it here. And since I'm copying space, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the bottom line too. Oop, way too many. Oops, we should not delete spaces that way. We should delete spaces. I want it to be right about there. So where I think I want it. And I want heart over this way more. I don't think with heart is gonna fit here. But you know what? I feel like I better try. So let's try. Because it will look better if with heart is there. Oh, it did. Okay. So sometimes you just have to try. Now I've gone too far. 3. Okay, and I want to bring this W back a little bit as well because piece is a little bit close. Okay, I like that, but I want to move this down just a touch, this whole text block. So I'm just gonna again, click off of them and then do that. Do you know what I can do even better? Is select the text block and the square. I'm just going to hold the control key on my keyboard and then that selects those two. I'm just going to do an align center. So the text is going to be on the center of that card. And then my worm, we're going to move him close to the words as I feel like I can. I'm going to move him to the right and try not to cut off too much of his eyeballs or his belly. But I will be cutting off some of his hat. So that'll be fine. And let's see about this. The QR code, I can then go ahead and make just a touch bigger. Well, not that much bigger. But now it's 1.3 by 1.3, and I think that's good. So I've made quite a few adjustments here. Again, this was a long video, just designing this. So let's run a test print and see if this is going to work. So click make. And wait for my printer. Let me go put some trash paper in the printer while that's loading. Oh my goodness. My yellow ink is almost gone on my sublimation printer. I probably better refill that. Well, okay. It's not even almost gone. It's a quarter full, but still. Oh, look, I made a mistake. So I said to do this and then I didn't do it. I need to attach those things to the shape so that they'll all come together. So we'll cancel this, the make it, and then we'll go back and then do the attach. So I'm going to select everything and I'm just going to click the attach button. And that should do it. And now let's go ahead and click make. There you go. So what it did here, it did the writing font as a print then cut instead of actually writing it with my Cricut pen. I am not sure how I feel about that. So I am gonna let that happen and see what happens. So let me just go ahead and click continue and see if I like it. If I don't like it, then I can still write it with a pen. I'll just have to change that in my attach. I have to change it back to writing instead of, and then attach it separately to the card. So there we go. So you know what is happening. Okay, preparing print. Well, maybe that was just the preview because it looks like this print preview doesn't have the words on it. So it might work properly. Let's see what happens. But this is just a test anyway, so I don't feel bad at all if it doesn't work. Oh, yep, it's gonna write it. Add bleed, use system dialog. Do I want to use the system dialog? I will show you. So add bleed is on my colors. So the bleed extends the ink beyond the border of the image to eliminate a white margin once the image is cut. That doesn't really matter on this design, so it's not necessary, but in fact, I'm going to turn it off because I don't want it to mess up the QR code or anything. So I'm going to turn the ad bleed off. But I will show you the use system dialog. It just gives me more options on the print settings than this. So if I were using like a high glossy paper or a thick cardstock or something, I want to use the system dialog so that my printer can recognize those settings rather than using the Cricut print options. So as soon as that opens, the printer dialog box, I will show that to you. Okay, there we go. And here is my printer, and so then I can go to preferences and or page setup or however it is on your printer and select all of the things. Quality or color or whatever. On mine, I'll do these on a cardstock because I want them to have some heft. But for this, just for the test, this is going to be just fine. So we'll print that and then I'll show you what it is. I'm not going to have the Cricut write it though. I'm just going to cut it out. So my printer is the Bluetooth. My Cricut is the Bluetooth. It's not on, that's why it's not showing you that. So let me switch over to the Cricut so that you can see that. Remember, crafting mistakes are just hugs and kisses in that handmade item. So it doesn't really have to be perfect. Do you know how many times I have not crafted something just because I wanted it to be perfect? I'm getting over that. Of course, I want it to look professional, but I'm doing better about just letting things just be. Okay, I'm gonna grab my mat, and the mat that I want is, I'm gonna switch over to my desk camera. Okay, there we go. So this is a light grip mat. That'll be fine for what I'm doing for this. My Print Then Cut doesn't have the latest update. I probably should update because it will put a little arrow in the upper right hand corner there. I do want it to cut out just for fun. So take this over to the Cricut. And I'm going to go ahead and load it. Oh, I am not going to load it yet because my Bluetooth hasn't connected yet. So back to desk. Sorry, switching back and forth between all of these printers. Okay, let's refresh this again. My Cricut's on now physically, so this should work. I might have to turn it off and turn it back on again. There we go. Okay, this is just laser copy paper. Default pressure is just fine. It's saying go ahead and load the black pen into clamp A, but again, I'm not going to do that. Well, okay. I said I wasn't going to do that, but I will. So let me go over to the Cricut so you can watch me load that pen. I keep my black pen here in my Cricut because I use it so often. The fun part about this though is I could swap out and use different pens. So that's kind of cool. So load it. And then my software, Design Space, is going to tell me in just a second to go ahead and press play. So what I'm going to do actually, because this is, oh shoot, I didn't even think about it. It may have a hard time reading these cut lines at the bottom because I have other, yeah, it's going to have a hard time reading those, so it's not going to work. I was hoping that that would work. Oh well. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, because this paper is used for other things, it's just having a hard time finding those cut lines. The setting up lines, which I think it's going to tell me here in the software in just a second that it doesn't know. Oh, it's going to do it. Okay, you go, girl. My pen is not writing because I probably didn't click it down all the way. So let me click the pause button. Yep, I did not click it down all the way in. That's embarrassing. And now press the play and watch it write. Okay, I'm gonna do this one, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop the video and do a separate video for when I print and cut all of them on the 12 by 12 cardstock, just because I have, because the print and cut's gonna be different, a little bit different on the cardstock, and I don't want this video to be too long. So let's see how the test one comes out and in the baggie, and then we'll do the actual ones. Somebody the other day, when they were talking about their Caesar Juliet, that it was talking to them, and I thought that was so funny. It made me laugh that that's what they said, and our Cricuts talk to us too. Let me see if you can barely hear it. Here, I'll put the microphone over by it so you can hear it. Okay, so when it cuts again, or when it goes to cut, I'll go ahead and put it back over there. But it's not fun to hold it. Oh, that's cute. Again, totally okay that this sample one is a mess up. I'm not going to use it for anything because it's paper that it's on and everything. So it's okay that it didn't write that whole top row. I'm excited. I'm excited! This is going to be cute! Yay! Okay, let me sit and like be comfortable or something while it's doing this. Be patient. Oh, somebody left the sweetest comment on my last video. Thank you so much. I really appreciated that. 2 videos ago, I guess, once this one comes out. So thank you very much. I hope to grow this channel just for fun, for me mostly, and hopefully you guys can tell me what sort of problems you're having in Design Space, and I can walk you through them, or even, you know, on the Cricut or Caesar Juliet, and or supplies that you want to use, or anything like that. I'm so willing to help. Here's my pug. Let's see if he's going to keep on making noise. He was trying to eat the microphone. That's not okay. So the real reason I did the sample was to make sure that QR code works. I need to not forget to test that when we go and try and put these together. Don't let me forget. And now it's gonna cut. I'm gonna go over, check and make sure that the blade is in. Oh no! It's cutting out the QR code. So I'm gonna pause it and pull out the blade so that it doesn't cut all of those tiny pieces, because I still want to test that QR code, and let it play. And then once it actually starts to cut out the giant square, I'll put the blade back in. Thankfully, we have a test. While it's doing that, I'm gonna pull out the pen. I should have paused it first. I just don't want the pen to dry out. I don't know if you heard any of that, so I'm gonna say it again. So what's happening is I forgot to make the Facebook image a print then cut image. And so the Cricut is trying to cut out every little square of the QR code. So what I did is I paused it, took out the blade, and I'll put the blade back in once it actually starts to cut the big square and not the tiny squares. But it'll take a few minutes because that's a lot of cuts. No wonder it took forever to load on the Make It screen. Then I'll just have to use the scissors to cut it up, or to get the parts that I'll miss, because I will miss some once it starts to do the outside square. So that's two things I need to fix. Oops, there it goes. Let's see if I can make it do that last cut again. If I do the play button again, it might do that last cut again. Nope, it won't. Okay, well, we'll pause it. And we'll go ahead and eject it. No problems. We'll use scissors. Oh, before I take it off the map, because it's going to mess up that QR code, let's give it a test. Hey, perfect. Excellent. Good deal. So that part worked. Now let's try and keep as much of this together as possible. And let me clean this off before I get too far ahead of myself. Where's my scraper? My scraper. Oops, you guys aren't seeing me. Sorry, I forgot to change the camera. The QR code does work. And I'm gonna get my Cricut scraper to scrape off those little bits off the mat if I can find it. No, I don't know where I put it. I wonder if I gave it away, thinking I didn't need it anymore. Oh well. I'll just have to use my fingernails, which is fine. I just don't want to. Okay, there we go. Just lots of little pieces. Okay, put my mat away before I get too far ahead of myself. So while we're here, I made these little stickers to put on my mats so that I knew which way was up and which way was down, essentially. So I wouldn't be putting the dusty part of my my mat cover right back onto my sticky mat. So hint for you. Let's go ahead and just cut this out at about 4 inches by 4 inches. It's about like that. I did show you that the QR code worked, but you guys didn't see that. Well, I did show you. I did it, but you didn't see it. Okay, so there we go. And I'm gonna stuff that in a little bag. Oh, okay. So it's having a hard time going in the bag because of the ribbon, because of how the ribbon is wiggled through, but that's fine. We can fix that. And I think I want the worm to go in front of the paper. There we go. Like that. Something like that. Okay, let me stop this video because it's been too long, and I will do it on cardstock and then we'll see. So yeah, that'll fit perfectly. And then I just have to tie this in a cute little bow. Okay, now I like it. Now that I'm tying the bow and cinching it up, that makes me happy. Okay, and with the cardstock, it'll sit a little bit nicer as well. Okay, I'm excited. Maria, stop the video. So all of that to say, stay tuned. Bye.